This is TWiT.
I did want to talk about something, and Christina, I don't know, if you feel like this is something that you aren't able to discuss, or you are. Of course, I totally understand, because this is about Security Copilot. Microsoft is working on sort of a GPT-4 powered assistant for cybersecurity, and I thought this was cool, given Microsoft seems to be in the same way. I think, of course, first and foremost of Apple, because I cover that company more than any other in a given week. And one of the things that I've seen Apple do, and Amazon has done this in a big way too, is sort of brand their artificial intelligence stuff, right? And so Siri is not just the virtual assistant at Apple. It is also the sort of AI mind that is paying attention to your behavior and then serving up different suggestions. They call those Siri suggestions. And we've seen now Microsoft, where at one point I think Cortana was seeming to be the big sort of overall umbrella brand for all of the different kinds of AI active suggestions it was making. Now it seems like Copilot is the brand. And so we've seen Copilot in GitHub. We've seen Copilot making its way into Office. And now there's a security Copilot. And this is specifically for security professionals. And I think, once again, this is kind of a fascinating concept, this idea that you will have a little angel sitting on your shoulder that is helping you as you're moving along and you are working on things, to provide some assistance, to provide even because of the fact that this virtual assistant or this virtual experience can kind of look at all aspects of your security posture and be able to look at all of those signals and pull that together and say, hey, it's looking like someone's trying to breach your system. Here's what you need to know about this. Once again, Alex, this is that augmentation of a human's ability that I think is a potentially very valuable tool, where the human ultimately has to make the choice of how to approach the issue, but to be able to have something that can take all of that data and sort of put it down into something that makes sense and look at potential trends for that data, I think is a really cool idea. And I like, Christina, that Microsoft does seem to be going, we have this partnership in place, and we have the technology, and then they're going, where all can we stick it? It's kind of a spaghetti project, but it seems to be working in a very positive way so far.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, and definitely does seem to be like, I think that is like the brand that we're going for a lot of things is definitely Copilot. And I work at GitHub. We were the ones who that was, how that was chosen, but the Microsoft has started to use it, Microsoft 365 Copilot and Security Copilot and Dynamics Copilot. And so X Copilot, which is great, and it follows the Microsoft tradition of taking a common word like Word and turning it into a product name. So I do like that. But no, but I think that this is the sort of area where when you have something that could be really complicated to explain things like security topics or to synthesize a lot of different information, I think this could be a really good use of AI. The one thing I would say is that, as with anything else, don't become just reliant on this particular thing. Mm-hmm. Like I would never say to anybody, make this be the only thing you rely on for your security stuff. But I do feel like this could be a good way of helping synthesize a lot of information and point things out that people might otherwise miss.
Yeah, I think the branding points is very good, because Microsoft has taken common words and turned them into brand names. It's also taken people's names and used them quite extensively as well. For example, the last CEO of Microsoft, big Friends fan, Chandler Bing search. Well-known fact. And by the way, I'm kidding, just to be clear. I think the branding point is actually good here, because if you go back in time to Microsoft consumer products, remember SkyDrive?
Yeah.
Before it was OneDrive because of a copyright issue?
Before it was LiveDrive.
Oh, LiveDrive didn't last. That was terrible.
It was SkyDrive, LiveDrive, OneDrive. Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone forgot because OneDrive was bleh. But I thought the Cortana name was super hype because it was a cool use of IP from the gaming world and bringing it into a consumer productivity perspective. However, Copilot, to the point about it being AI helping you as your buddy, actually, which is what Cortana was doing, but no one knew that in the video game franchise world. I think Copilot's freaking brilliant. I think it's really good. And this particular example, I think, is how AI is going to show up everywhere relatively quickly. And I think it's super cool. I obviously am not a cybersecurity professional. I don't have any perspective on using this, but in terms of where I think we're going to see this stuff show up, here, it's a great example of it and may make us all more secure because God knows we could use it.
I am going to ask. Oh, no, please, Abrar. And then I have a question for all of you. I was
going to say, all I want is for Outlook to be more usable. And so can I just search my email and find it? Like, that's all I want.
For real, right?
That's my only suggestion.
Yeah.
Outlook bad for you too? Yeah. So the question that I have for everyone, and prepare yourselves, everybody, but I'll start with Abrar. What Copilot do you wish you had right now? So in a world where you get to have someone make you a tech Copilot, where, and it can be for anything, where do you wish you had this AI Copilot helping you out day to day?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a really good question. Day to day. Well, I'll give a, well, that's kind of boring.
It's okay.
I was going to say for like work, like if it was for work, I would love to just like I would love to brainstorm story ideas with, like, wouldn't that be fun? Just to kind of have like a, and just like angles.
Yeah. A little rubber ducky. What is that? That's not the word. There's
the developer thing.
A sounding board. That's a thing.
Right.
I think the term I'm looking for. Yeah.
Right.
Just, hey, this is an idea that I have. And then it's like, oh, that's a great idea. But have you thought about this? And it just sort of tweaks the idea a little bit. Yeah. That's a good Copilot.
That would be helpful.
Story Copilot. Christina, what's your Copilot?
Okay, so I mean, I do actually use GitHub Copilot all the time. That is a plug, but it's really good. And I do use that with work a lot. And and we don't advertise that it works for pros, but it actually does work pretty well for pros. Although I mostly use it for creating demos. I would love a cleaning Copilot.
Oh, so is it like, oh no, I just got this. I squeezed a turnip and the juice landed on my pants and I need to know how to get the stain out.
But it would more be like, okay, I'm going to see the state of what rooms are right now, and I'm going to help you prioritize like an actual plan to get the most out of doing like your cleaning and like your laundry and other stuff. Like honestly, like I need like a Marie Kondo like sort of like Copilot.
Oh my God, yes, an organizational cleaning space. Oh my God, yes. Let's get on that for sure. And Alex, what's your Copilot?
I'm just blown away by how good the first two are because I would absolutely use both of them. For me, though, the thing that I've really long wanted and I'm hoping is going to be now possible is an OS level buddy. I want to be writing and then look at 18 tabs that I pulled up in my extra Chrome window to read later and just be like, OS, can you just put those away into a file for me? I'm going to ask them for them back a little bit later on, but they're killing my RAM. And it would go, sure, Alex. And here's why I think this is not going to be possible, because ChatGPT can ingest natural language and it can and do stuff and it can make code. So why can't it take my words and then use Zapier or whatever and plug into applications, right? Yeah. And then just write code or send little magic bits through the tubes and then do stuff for me. And then it's smart enough that it should work most of the time because my stuff that I need isn't complex. It's mostly just very basic stuff, but I'm very busy and I'm in a hurry. So that's what I want. But if I can't have that, I will take cleaning bot or story bot, to be clear, because those would be awesome.
Those are both great.
I love that, Alex. And honestly, you could also like plug that into like Obsidian or another one of those like second brain apps and be like, okay, put all this stuff here but bring up that document that I was looking at last week that was talking about this.
Yeah.
I love that. And it could do it. You're exactly right. The technology is there. We just need to be able to have like maybe localized trained models of like just train it on everything that's on my computer.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like recently, and this works sometimes, but it didn't work this time. I looked at my phone and I hit the little power button to get Siri to pull up. And I was like, Siri, please play X by artist Y on Spotify. And it went, working on it, and failed. And I'm like, Lord above, I remember when you bought Siri like 15 years ago and it still can't play a song.
Right.
So all that technology is trash. Just throw it away.
Yep.
And then just use GPT's ability to ingest and kick out text and have that double as code and then do stuff. Why not?
Yeah.
Why doesn't that work now?
And also be able to play our Taylor Tunes playlist on Apple Music, which is my Apple Music playlist of every single Taylor Swift like song and single from everything. So yeah.
Can I just say to the Swifties here, I love it when I pull up Spotify now and I'm playing the new album and it says at the bottom, copyright, not Republic, not RCA, not Capitol Records. It says copyright Taylor Swift.
Our queen.
She does it.
Queen.
I am so happy for all of
Earned
you.
it.
And I'm so happy for these ideas. My bot would be basically the wire cutter, but as an AI chatbot. So anytime I have a problem and I'm thinking about buying something, I ask it and it's like, here is the one that you should probably get because it's good for your budget, but is also good enough to do this and also has these two extra. Like it will take what the wire cutter knows, but also all the thousands of other sites out there and use all of that together to recommend me the best thing for me specifically.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, what it would say is the best thing for your needs is X, but I checked your Citibank account and you can have Y.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's like, this would be, you wish you could have this.
Exactly. Apple Pay later.
It's just going to shame you a lot and be like, if you considered increasing your income to afford better shoes.
It would literally go, what are those? I thank you for those of you who got that. I do wish that I could increase or decrease the like personality of my AI in the same way that I can with Carrot Weather. So for those of you who have not used the Carrot Weather app, it's this weather app for iPhone and other devices, and you can it has these little responses that it gives, and you can make it more or less snarky. And I do like when it sort of says mean things. Okay, this is getting weird, but I like when it says mean things to me. And I kind of wish that I could get my AI bot to have a little bit more of a personality as well. So then in that case, it would say, don't buy those shoes. You don't need them.
You ever accidentally tell more about your personality than you meant to in the middle of the podcast?
Yeah, just then. I wish I had an AI bot that was like, whoa, slow down, Micah. What you're about to say is not for anyone to hear.
Yeah. It's like when you try to send a tweet with profanity and Twitter's like, people don't like these tweets that use these words.
Yeah. Please don't say this. It's just going to embarrass everyone, but especially you.
Hey, we should talk Linux. It's the operating system that runs the internet, but your game consoles, cell phones, and maybe even the machine on your desk. But you already knew all that. What you may not know is that TWiT now has a show dedicated to it, the Untitled Linux Show. Whether you're a Linux pro, a burgeoning sysadmin, or just curious what the big deal is, you should join us on the Club TWiT Discord every Saturday afternoon for news, analysis, and tips to sharpen your Linux skills. And then make sure you subscribe to the Club TWiT exclusive Untitled Linux Show. Wait, you're not a Club TWiT member yet? Well, go to twit.tv/clubtwit and sign up. Hope to see you there.